See, topics covered till date 05 May 2022. Okay,
Hmm.
done. Data management in Salesforce, done. Version 2, automation in Salesforce, 70% done. Starting from today. Okay,
Hmm.
so this will be continuing for almost 7 to 8 days. Okay,
Security management.
yes, this is a very big topic, an important topic. We have to learn at any cost. Okay,
Yeah.
most of the questions in interviews will be coming from this security management only. If you are not strong enough in security of Salesforce, then just imagine that you are not going to get any job in Salesforce.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
so this is the importance of the security management. Even it may take one more day, one more extra day also, but we will learn in deep.
Hmm.
Okay, so that any question around this topic, we should be in a position to answer. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
and then we will discuss about different clouds offered by Salesforce.
Yes.
Okay, in the last we will discuss. Okay, what else is there?
I mean, Salesforce is a SaaS kind of thing, right? Software as a service or what?
It is all. It is all SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS.
SaaS. Yes. Okay.
You have missed the class initial day. You have discussed in very detail, no?
Initial this.
Just go through the recordings first day onwards.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
Salesforce is a SaaS infrastructure as a service because it provides all the infrastructure from backend only. We do. Are you creating any infrastructure for this for Salesforce to set up Salesforce projects? No, right? We just need
No,
internet.
configure.
We just need internet to
Mm.
access. This is what the infrastructure we
Yes.
need. And SaaS, PaaS, platform as
Platform.
a service. So Salesforce is built on CRM platform. Okay,
Okay.
so where we are not and it is enabling us to enhance our requirements, right? So
Mm.
on the CRM platform, we're enhancing our requirements. So that is the CRM is a platform. Salesforce itself is a platform. SaaS software,
Yes.
ready-made software, right?
Mm.
Why? Because
Yes.
most of the enterprise business model they have already built, right? So for small companies, they can directly small companies they can directly use
Yes.
Salesforce software without doing any configurations or customizations, right?
mm, mm. Everything.
Right. So that's why it is a complete cloud-based platform, CRM.
Yeah.
And recently, just got some info that Salesforce is ranked again number one in the CRM space for the
Okay.
consecutive ninth year.
Uh,
From last 9 years, it's been number one in the CRM space. Okay.
yeah. Thank you.
Okay, fine. So these all things we are done. These three things we will be discussing in the next 15 days or so. We will try to wrap up. Okay.
Okay.
When we have started our first session,
I think 18th last month, 18th. I think.
yeah, 18 to today is 5th. 2 weeks already gone. 2.5 weeks,
Yeah.
right? And we had 1 or 2 days gaps.
Yeah. Weekend.
Okay, no,
Yeah.
no problem. If time is going beyond, we'll take one weekend for 1 2 hours, then we can wrap up the course in the last. Okay.
Okay.
So today we discussed we are going to start with our new learning, that is security management in Salesforce. Okay. Now before starting, why is security so important?
Uh, to avoid the data leakage or data missing.
Data leakage, data missing. Okay. Okay, I'll tell you something. So why we need this? Why do you need the background of this learning? Okay. So we have learned different topics in Salesforce. Okay, where if we do or commit any mistake, right, we can rectify it. Okay, or fix it. What are the things we have learned till now?
From start, creation of app, create object, field,
Creation of
record,
objects, creation of fields. Hmm?
record, record,
Records are not required. Process builder,
process builder,
source,
source,
workflow rules.
workflow.
We have not discussed, but we will discuss
Mm,
in future. So like that, some other things we have. Okay. Now, so you guys, can you? I mean, we know if we have made some mistake, if we want to modify something, we can do. Right.
mm,
In the app creation, if you want to modify something, we can do it. In the creation of objects, if you want to modify some data, we can do it. Creation of fields, or if you want to change the data type or whatever, we can do it. Process builder also we have modified number of times,
yeah.
right? Flows also we can do it. This also we can do it. But security is something we cannot compromise, right?
Mm,
So clients or companies never compromise on the security because it costs them a lot, and it's a matter of reputation, right?
yeah.
That's why many companies focus on the
Security.
security. Now, yeah. So this is why security is important, and which is, you know, very focused area in any project. So since this is given a high importance, what are the what are the areas that we can implement the security in Salesforce? Okay, so these are the areas on any app, any object, and any fields we can perform our security task in our organization. Okay, so yeah, coming to this security. So in Salesforce, what type of tech securities we will have? What type of security knowledge that companies will expect us from as a Salesforce
We
admin or
have
dev? So
to
we have to learn two types of security. One is external security and one is internal security. Okay, boss, it's fine. But how will you divide internal and external security? So what do you mean by external security? First, let's look into this. What is external security? Tell me, can you guess what is external security in general?
something which comes from the outside of the organization or application.
Yeah, for that, what do we need? How we can control the security? How we can control our systems?
Authorization, authentication, login credentials.
These all internal things.
Okay.
Okay, as part of one of the part, but yeah, then what else?
System recognition. I
No.
mean particular machine.
Yeah, how the system recognizes your machine?
There is an address, IP.
Yeah, IP address. Okay, or firewalls, whatever, right? So majorly IP address and firewalls will secure us from our external
Yeah.
sources accessing our systems, right?
Uh,
Okay. Now let's take some example. Okay. How I can tell you that example? Actually, if there is some tool where I can draw easily, I would have shown you a better way, but that is not possible anywhere. Okay, we'll see one example. Okay, why Salesforce, or what is the difference between other platforms and the Salesforce platform? Okay, in terms of security. Okay. Mm, okay. Let's say there is one company in USA. Okay, what company we take? Mm, let's say Microsoft. Okay, Microsoft is there in USA. Its headquarters is in USA. Now they have their campus, right? Big campus, right? This is a campus. Entire thing is campus. Now in that they have space for the servers, right? This is the server room. Let's say.
okay.
Okay. This is a server room. Okay, server.
mm,
Now, in Microsoft, most of the projects are built on what .NET platform, right?
yeah,
Because that technology is invented by
them only.
them. So let's say they are maintaining servers of an application, system-based application. Okay, one second. System-based application. They are maintaining the server here. Okay,
Yeah,
in this they are maintaining, and to hack this, to hack this, let's say some enemy countries or some other competitors or whoever, some hackers, they want to hack the systems. How they can do? Let's say they Microsoft has very tight security. Let's say year one pupil is there, security guard. Okay,
mm,
server room there are 2 3 members like this. So in our olden days, even in movies, if you see in any movies, if they want to hack something, they used to go to the server rooms and then connect to the system and then used to hack, right?
yeah,
So, is this possible for any hacker to travel to some location to USA and then cross all these guards and then go to the server room and then access? Even the server room is also locked, right? Access restricted. Can he
mm.
do all these things easily?
It will be difficult.
Do you think? Yeah, it's highly impossible.
Yeah,
Okay, so highly impossible. But so where we are maintaining Salesforce then? When it comes to Salesforce, where we are maintaining?
cloud.
Do we have any storeroom or server room? Sorry, it's
No,
all based on the cloud, right?
uh,
Cloud. So now who will secure this?
I think we only.
So here the hacker manually should come and access all these things. Then only he'll get access to server room. Then he connects and then do that. But here in the cloud, what does that hacker needs? Can you guess what he needs? So in general, if you might have heard that some people might complain, I have lost 50,000 from my account, bank account, some 1 lakh, or some in company, some banking project, they have lost some $2 million, like that. But
Uh,
how that has been done?
some credentials and secret codes revealing.
Yeah, that's correct. So here, hacker just needs a login details of any employee working for that client, right?
Yes,
So you can easily do this. Yeah. So in this case, just imagine how strong our security should be.
yes, yes.
So in the early 2000s, right? Early 2000s, cloud computing was a risk due to this factor, right?
Yeah.
But that is not the case.
No.
In just a couple of years only they have fixed that. How they fix that, we'll see. Okay. So Salesforce has its own way of securing your systems, and what are the different ways that we can secure the system, that we have seen external and internal securities. So when it comes to the external security, how we can implement the external security? So this is how
By
we can do to implement external security. We can restriction, we can keep the restriction for IP address. IP is nothing but an identification number given to any device connected to the internet. So now normally where do we get the IP address?
through command prompt.
Okay, but Salesforce never uses that. You are saying command prompt and go to
IP
IP
config.
config, like this we will get. But this
Mm.
Salesforce will not use this.
Okay.
So in Google, if you search what is my IP, then you get this IP, right?
Uh,
Normally you should not show this to anyone, but I cannot do anything here. So if you
so
search like this, then you get the IP. You have to copy this IP
mm,
and store it somewhere else, like xxx xxx xxx, like this. Okay, some IP you will get like this, right? IP.
mm,
So this is what Salesforce will use. Google's IP. Google's IP means not Google IP. Google will
our
fetch
system.
Google will fetch our system IP. Okay. So we have to add this IP into Salesforce to achieve the security. Okay, not the one that we see in the IP config. Okay, see here I have given the notes. Salesforce doesn't use IP address that we see in the command prompt. We always use the IP that we get in the Google search. Okay, and coming to the IPs, if you are at the laptop, just search the same way that I have done. What is your IP? And tell me what you are getting. Are you getting four digits like this, or are you getting some eight digits like this? Like this you are getting, or on above? Just tell me.
Above.
You are getting four. No, that's fine. See,
What
there
if
are
below?
you are getting below.
No, what if that comes below one comes? What if?
Normally, this four digits IP is called as IPv4. That means version 4,
Okay.
and the below one is called as
Six.
version 6. Okay, that is called IPv6. So when we get this IPv6, we have to convert it to IPv4. Okay, so how we can convert? We have a specific URL. There are a couple of URLs where it will is if your IP version is showing this,
Uh,
then you will get an option in this URLs to change. But if your IP is above one, then you will not see any option. Now let me copy this and see. See, my IP address it is taking. Since it is IPv4, it is not showing me anything. So you can find your public address, and I like this. So here this is a site. If your IP address is IPv6, then you can change it here, convert it here.
Ah,
Okay. Otherwise, you can ignore. Okay. Now, okay, we have learned how the IP address looks. What is an external security? This is one way of external security and the major way of doing the external security. In every project, almost 99%, this is how the external security is being configured. Okay, clear?
yeah.
So, okay, now we have done. Then how about adding the IP addresses? How we can add the IP addresses? How we can add IP addresses in real time? Who will give us IP addresses? Who will give us IP address? See, you are working on a project. Mm, you want to set up the security. You don't want your application to be accessed from other people who are not part
Mm,
of your organization, right?
mm.
Then what what we want? We need IP address. But who will give
Mm.
us IP address in our organization?
Admin.
So that they are called as mostly networking team
Ah,
or admin team, right?
mm.
Not admin is not your Salesforce admin, the networking admin.
Ah, okay.
So they will give. But even networking team thinks that IP means the one that we get through
Command prompt.
command prompt. So what we have to tell them now?
Through go
Ask them to
search, fetch the
press the IP and ask their employees to whoever want to access, ask them to fetch their
from
IP
Google.
from Google and share with us.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Or else this is for individual users. So normally every client or company whatever maintains what they maintain IP ranges, right,
Ah,
across different locations.
into
Have
location.
you heard like this? Let's say in USA they have the range of networks, right?
Mm. The address will be different for location. Your screen got stuck. I mean, your screen is frozen. Your screen is frozen, Naveen.
Yeah, it got disconnected.
Okay.
Okay. So so what we are discussing, let's say your client has locations in different.
Visibility stopped. Screen visibility not there.
Let's say your client has offices in different locations. Okay. So you're seeing my screen, right?
Yeah.
Different locations, and that IT guy or network guy is saying for USA is giving us the IP credential like this, IP details like this. Admin or network guy is giving IP detail like this. For USA, the network range is like 192.155.3.1 like this, or like 3.1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay,
Yeah.
and for India, 192.155.3 dot double seven. For Australia, 2.155.3.159.155.3.99. Like this is given.
Okay.
Okay. Now yes, that's fine. We got our information. Whatever is needed, what we are needed, we needed the IP address. Okay. Now what we have to do? We have to take this and go to our Salesforce.
Mm.
So once we get these details, IP details only, our work will start for setting up the IP. And one more important thing, are we setting? I'll talk this about later. Now what we have to look? We have to search for network access. In the setup, we have to search for network access. Okay, click on this network access. Here, see, there are no IP ranges. That's why you can freely access our internet. Okay, freely access our site. Now anyone can access my org if I give my credentials, since there is no IP restriction here. But I want to secure it. Okay. Now what was my IP? Now what we have to do? We have to click on the new button. Okay. Here. Yeah. What it is asking? Here we have three fields. One is start IP, one is end IP. What does it mean?
The range that is starting from and ends with the range.
So what is the range here in the above three? We have 195.15.3.1 to
That
3.9.
is
It is all in the range, sequential order. So
uh,
this is considered as range. This
start.
is single. This is two. But here the range is not there. One is different, another is different. Okay. First add this range. How we can add the range, I will see. Okay. We have to
Okay.
copy this and then like this to 9. Last, what is the last range? It's 9, right? 9.
Uh,
And IP range for USA location like this. and click on save. It will be added. Now we are adding for India. Now for India there is only one IP. So how we can add this starting and ending range? Tell me.
Both will be the same.
Yeah, very good. That's correct. For India. Now let's save it. Now this is different. What we have to do? Are we do we need to add it in the range or how we have to do this for Australia?
Is not in the range.
So what we can do here?
Like
Hmm?
two separately we should add, I think.
Yes. Single single individually we have to add. Okay. Even if there are 100 like these different ranges, we have to add 100 or 200 or 1000 times also because we cannot
Oh,
escape from this. This is a one time activity.
okay.
We have to do it at any cost. Okay.
Yeah.
So like this you can see now after you add it, if any person who is not falling in under this IP range will not be given access to our system.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the result of IP? If any user is trying to connect to Salesforce org with valid ID, even though now you have access to your org, right? Practicing org. If you
Mm-hmm.
set up an IP, if you log out, if I log out and log it back, if my IP is not falling under this ranges, then I also don't get access to enter into the Salesforce.
Okay.
Okay, so that's why I mean here you observe this. If any user is trying to connect to Salesforce or with valid ID and password also, but IP address of the user is not in the range, then user is not allowed to log in easily. Log in into Salesforce easily. Easily means
And some other steps we need to follow to get into that.
yeah. That means there are some other ways where you can allow the user, even though if the IP not falling as per the criteria given here, there are some ways where you can allow the user to enter. But that is not a good practice. Okay,
Okay.
we will learn about it just for knowing purpose. What are the other ways we will know.
Mm.
Okay. Now let's say we'll take an example. You are accessing your internet banking,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm.
Then for the first time, if you are accessing from a laptop or some machine, first time you are accessing the first time, or maybe if you are accessing from a new 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 machine,
Device.
new device or new machine, new device. Okay. Then have you encountered any warning kind of things, warning kind of message, or any security alert from your
Through
bank?
mail.
Have you
Through
encountered any
mail.
such things?
Yes.
Or even if you access any Gmail from different place, it will alert you whether the login you are doing is you or any other user. Just
Yes.
confirm.
Some code will be asked to
Uh,
enter.
okay, so some code. Code is nothing but it's kind of an OTP
Hmm.
or some dynamic code, whatever, based on the different application, based on the setup, the client
Yeah.
setup, the security. Okay, or OTP to
Mail or number.
email, email, phone or email, right? So
Hmm.
if you register Salesforce, I mean, if you are if while logging into while creating your user credential to Salesforce, if you give or if you give your preference as mobile and enter mobile number, then it will then OTP will be sent to
Phone number.
mobile. If mobile is not given, email is definitely we have to give. Email
Yeah.
will not given. OTP will be sent to email, right?
Yes.
So this is how the other way around we have this option, but no one wants to encourage this. Why do you want to give unnecessary access? So what is the risk here? Is the hacker knows your mobile login details to your
Hmm.
application, but he is not falling in the IP. He may also hack your mobile and get the mobile or your email and get this information, right? OTP. There is again a security breach can happen, right?
Yeah.
So this is what the option we have, and there are some important things you have to know while working on a project. Okay, regarding to this IP restrictions and security, external security, especially. Okay,
Uh-huh.
as soon as you change your browser location, browser or location, etc., if something new is found by Salesforce, it may ask you to double verification on your regular laptop as well. So there is something, you know, even on the same device, you use some application every day, but one day you have entered couple of times wrong password. Okay, wrong password, or
Hmm.
some browser you have changed the browser. One second, yeah. Yeah. So have you encountered anything like this when entering? It may ask you that some suspicious thing has happened. Please double check, like that. The same above situation, same kind of thing, but you are working on the same device, but entering some wrong information in the your login details, or when you are
Hmm.
changing the browser. At that time, it will ask you for double confirmation. It
Yes.
may ask you for some questions, kind of thing,
Security
like
question.
questions or
Like,
OTP, right?
uh,
Like where did you born? What is your mother name, father name? This
oh,
kind of things, right? They will stop you allowing accessing and then ask you these questions. When you enter correct answer, then they will allow you, right?
yes.
You will come across these things, right, in regular days, every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
This kind of thing also sometimes it will happen with the Salesforce. It will ask for double verification, and this is something which we cannot control. Okay, this is by default coming from the Salesforce. We cannot do anything. If we are using an incognito mode to hide histories, see, even in incognito mode also, if I am accessing for the first time like this, then again it may ask me for the double verification, right? It happens, right? In incognito
Yeah.
mode. So sometimes Salesforce will not ask you anything even though you removed your IP address of your system. See, this is a highlight point. Salesforce will not ask you anything even though you removed IP address of your system from IP range, because in the past your system became familiar. There is one option in Salesforce while logging when you are entering any verification codes, right? In real time, if you see, when you enter a verification code for the first time and there is a checkbox which says don't ask me again kind of thing.
Yes.
Anywhere you will see, I mean many applications you will see like this. So one time, first time it is asking, since it was on the same machine you will work daily, so you click on this, it will work. Now even if you remove the IP ranges, it will allow you to access the system. In that case, what we have to do, we have to refresh the user and refresh the IP configuration of that user. Then only that the user will be blocked from accessing the internet. Okay.
Mm.
So this is what the reason, because once your system entry made into Salesforce in the past single website WL, then your system IP, browser, MAC info, device details, this will be captured by Salesforce so that next time will not ask you. Okay. These all are the above points just for your information. We cannot control these things because these are generic issues which are there from Salesforce and we may have to deal with it. We don't have to, we cannot control this. Okay.
Yeah.
So there is some important question. I think I already seen the answer. How do you work on IP range issues if employee is working from home or he is a salesperson traveling frequently? So this is the answer. You understood the question?
Mm.
How do you work on the IP range issue if employee is working from home? See, if you are in office, then you will restrict that user from
Particular network.
uh, yeah, with the company network is there, they will work from
Mm.
there. That is given credential. That access will be given. But if he is
Mm.
working from home, he is using different internet and different internet protocol address.
Yes.
That is from home. If he is traveling frequently, he is roaming here and there different countries. He has to use every day your Salesforce
Mm.
application. In that case, how do you do? How do you deal with that? We use a concept called
Mm.
VPN. So what we do, we will not create any VPNs here as
Mm.
part of Salesforce. But since this the client is offering this kind of flexibility to their employees,
Mm.
normally they will be creating a private network. Okay, private network. Okay, so they will create some private network called VPN. Okay, and they have their private IP for this
Mm.
VPN. Now, what they have to do, their employees, instead of connecting directly from their laptop, they have to connect to our VPN, right?
Mm.
So that this VPN IP address, if we paste it here in our Salesforce application, then they will be given access directly. No need to worry. Even though he travel around the world, not a problem. If he just connects to the VPN and access from there, then he will be given the access. Okay.
Mm.
This is one of the very
Okay.
important interview points, interview question people may
Mm.
regularly ask. Okay, you have to remember.
Okay.
In Salesforce as well, we use VPN, VPN IP especially, not VPN. It's like an IP. Okay,
Mm.
VPN is nothing but it's like a virtual private network. It consists of uh, virtual private network. It is having it will shadow over the our internet,
Existing
existing
network.
network. Yeah, existing network, and then we can use that private network will be created over there. Okay,
Mm.
this is how we can achieve the security, external security. Okay,
Okay.
now I wanted to show you something here. Tomorrow I'll show that.
Mm.
So what about uh, I have one question I thought of asking you that. So now we have applied this IP range security, right?
Mm.
Using the IP. So is this on what or which level we have applied the security?
I think this is. I think this would be with organization. Yes,
Organization level we have applied.
because it will not comes with any application app
Yeah.
because we
Organization
are
level. So any user trying to access Salesforce
application.
across the org
Uh,
will will need to meet IP range criteria to do this. But under organization we have different departments,
mm,
right?
yeah.
Or teams, whatever we call. Hmm?
Okay.
So how to manage this security? Now let's say yeah, I have a company where I have admin team, finance team, HR team, technical consulting team. I don't want my consulting team to get into HR, HR related access or finance related access. People cannot access HR related data, or HR data cannot access, HR people cannot access finance data, finance information.
Uh.
So how we can achieve these things
By
internally?
I think we can restrict the features through their what profiles.
Yeah, profile level also. The profile, I think you already undergone Salesforce training. That's why you are telling. Profile level also we can keep the IP restrictions. Got it? Or profile level restrictions. Not
Means via
not
when they are login itself.
in their login itself. We can you deal with IP restrictions, or we can select the required objects that they want to access. Multiple things are there, and the profiles,
Uh,
roles, and all these concepts are there. We will discuss one by one in future. Okay,
uh,
external
uh.
security. Now we have learned, right, what we can
So with
do.
respect to external security, only IP address is
IP
something there.
address is a major thing.
Okay.
Firewall, IP address, and all these things. Okay,
Mm.
99% I have told you, right. IP address is a preferable method.
Okay.
The other OTPs, GTPs, all are not required. Okay.
Hmm.
OTP it will come. You can call to that user, say something. Sorry for something. You have to tell that information. He will tell you that OTP. Now, how many frauds we
We
are
can
seeing
cheat like
in the banking sector, right?
yes.
So that's why this is a majorly uh, usable restriction that we can apply. That we in Salesforce. Got it?
Yeah. By miss, if a network guy while giving the IP address, if he miss some digits or a format, then
Then we cannot do anything. We have to completely rely on those guys only because we cannot go to individual user and then
uh,
get the details, right? We are not bothered about that. Whatever that guy gives us, we have to enter.
okay.
Okay. Now that's that. If something is going wrong, the user definitely complain that they are not able to access. So in
Hmm.
that case, what are the actions that we have to perform? Those things we'll discuss in future. This is a vast topic I told you.
Okay.
All these kind of scenarios we'll discuss.
Uh,
Okay.
okay.
Okay, then see you tomorrow.
Hmm.
We'll discuss more details tomorrow. Okay.
Okay. Thank,
Okay. Thank you.
thank you.